Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to our Credit Union Place. Game number 2 of Interlock Weekend for our U13AAA Fury. Fury come into the game tonight on the heels of 3 straight tie hockey games. Playing tonight against the Midisle Matrix. Midisle Matrix are 16-5-1 on the season. Sit in second place in the PEI League. And they're coming in on a 4-game win streak. So we're in for a real battle here with this strong Midisle Matrix team. Girls played well this morning. We were leading 1-0 for much of the game. Then a little bit of penalty trouble and a couple of bounces, and it was 2-1 for the other team this morning. We found our way back into the game and then finished tied 2-2. So great to see our girls battling back, being resilient. So hopefully after a little break at the hotel, and the girls got some healthy supper into them and a little R&R time, that we come back here ready to go in this evening game. 8:45 start, late time for girls in this age group, but that's the way it goes sometimes when you end up on the road in tournaments and have to deal with the maritime winter weather. Fury going to be wearing their black jerseys today. Eloise Perreault is going to get the start in net for the Fury tonight. Hoping to keep building on the last couple of great outings that she's had for the Fury. Chatting with the coaches pre-game, and they were a little concerned with the refereeing this afternoon, and felt that we didn't deserve all 9 penalties that we took. So hopefully this evening we can stay out of the box and find a way to draw some penalties and hopefully score a couple power play goals. Girls complete their warm-up. Coaching staff behind the bench today. Dom Lacasse making an appearance as Darcy DeMille, freshly shaved with no more beard, is on an airplane on his way to California. I'd like to say hi to Ryan, who's not with us. He came over this afternoon and wasn't able to play with the time change, but it was great to have her for the team building event this afternoon with the girls. And the DeMille family is off on vacation now. So Dominic Lacasse takes his spot in behind the bench. Continue to have Lululemon ambassador Steve McLaughlin behind the bench. Joico Hair Care for Men ambassador Paul Kavanaugh also in behind the bench, along with head coach Tony Nelson. It was great to see the girls moving the puck so well. It looks like they took a bit of inspiration from those PWHL players on Wednesday night in Halifax. The Padrones line is going to start here. Face-off won by Padrones. She gets it into the middle end of the ice. She comes up with it on the half wall. Now pushes that down in the corner. Midisle with it. They work it up to the left wing side. Work it through the center. Their center is gone with the head of steam. Hard right on the outside. She's stopped up there by Eve Landry. Perreault smartly covers that up as the puck was coming at her in a bit of a bouncy knuckleball sort of fashion. So face-off will be here to the left of Eloise Perreault. 21 seconds into the game. Face-off won by Padrones. Goes back to Knight. Knight works it up the wall to Lara Walsh. Poked away from her at the blue line by the Midisle D. Knight goes D to her partner Landry. Landry up the other side. Gets that puck to Ev Bork. Bork now. Bork trying to work that to the middle to Lara Walsh. Sent back down the wall to Eve Landry. Landry now, she steps towards the middle. She's going to send it to Walsh. Walsh steps over center as the Midisle player changes. A little bit of room here for her. She drops that to Padrones who shoots it right on net. Stopped up there by the Midisle goalie. They work it up the left-hand side, get it to the blue line. Just out into center ice. Here comes the line of Nelson, Ferrand, and Bork. Stopped on the wall nicely there by Anna Lacasse, I believe that was. Again, no, it was Boyard. Nice play by Boyard. She's in a battle down low. Midisle comes out with it. They step to the front of the net. Backhand shot. Saved nicely there by Eloise Perreault. So both teams appear to be feeling each other out here. Nothing too riveting in the first minute and 13 seconds. Credit Union Place here in Summerside is a beautiful arena here, home of the Western Capitals. Face-off won by Midisle. They go from the corner to the front of the net. Puck squirts away from their player and no shot on net. They work it back to the D now. The D shoot from the blue line. Blocked in front by Boyard. They work it back to the front again. Nice save there by Perreault. Boyard tries to get out. She doesn't get it to Bourgeois. Midisle steals that puck and they step back towards our net. Midisle working it towards the front again. Broken up by Bourgeois. Midisle continues to try to center. Now they do off the side of the post. They're on now. She's in a battle down low. That puck is back the other way. Atkinson with it now for the Fury. She sends it in the back end up the wall. Just past the Midisle D. Gets it towards Bourgeois. Oh, Bourgeois and Perreault are almost gone 2-on-0. Here goes Atkinson. Atkinson now. She steps over center. She shoots it into the zone. Puck's down into the corner. Midisle player sends it up the middle. Broken up there by Lacasse. Lacasse shoots from the blue line. Tips in front by Bourgeois. Almost. Bourgeois with it now. She's got Harriman in front. She makes a nice move. Steps to the front of the net. That's going to get covered up by the Midisle goaltender as Bourgeois stepped out of the corner. Face-off will be here to the right-hand side of the Midisle goalie. Line of McLaughlin, Harriman, and Kavanagh out here now for the Fury. Harriman wins that draw cleanly, right back up the middle. Midisle player is going to beat both Fury D to the puck, but looks of it. No, Lacasse gets in there. Nice job by Lacasse. Ties up her player and does not take a penalty. Nice job there by Anna. She had to be quick as that puck shot right between her and her partner. Puck tipped in front, just wide of the Fury net. McLaughlin's down there now with a bit of help from Emily Bernard. McLaughlin and Bernard Harriman down there now. Midisle player continues to have the puck. I think Bernard's going to come out with it. Emily's battling for it. Caught up in some skates. Midisle player attempts to step out, broken up by Harriman. Puck gets pushed in behind the net. Lacasse and McLaughlin are there. McLaughlin still has it. McLaughlin spins around. She steps to the middle. And we're away to the races. McLaughlin's got Kavanagh and Harriman with her. McLaughlin sends it wide. Kavanagh picks that up. They're into the zone. She's got Harriman in front of the net. Kavanagh, she grabs that puck. And I'm not sure what that call was. Referee's explaining that to Madison Kavanagh. She and Emily were gone on a 2-on-1 there. I don't know what that call was. That you? That's a mystery one for us. And the face-off comes outside, so I'm not quite sure what that play was. Hand pass, maybe? I don't think, though. In any event, Padrona's in the face-off. Won by Midisle, back into their zone. They go D to D. Then they go rink wide. There goes the Midisle right winger. She cuts the middle, loses the handle, sends it out of the reach of her center. Picked up there by Landry. Landry spins back behind the net, sends it around the wall. Nobody home over there. Sophie Knight now with it. Knight. She sends it up the wall towards Lara Walsh. Gets all the way to the Midisle D. They shoot from the blue line. Tipped in front. Nice save by Eloise Perreault. Fed out front. Broken up there by Walsh. Walsh is away to the races. She's going to clear the zone. Midisle brings it back in. Broken up by Knight. Nice job to stand up high there by Sophie Knight. Midisle recovers. They cut to the front of the net. They shoot. High and wide. Recovered by Midisle in the corner. They attempt to go to the front of the net. Broken up by Landry. Landry leaning on that puck. She's under some pressure. Gets some help from Padronas, who gets the puck to Walsh. Caught up in a pair of skates there. Battle on the hash marks. In the Fury zone, Padronas comes out with it. She's got Bork with her. Here they go, 2-on-2. Padronas flips it towards Ev Bork. Ev Bork wins the race easily. She gets that puck. Nice job, Ev Bork. Blazing speed there to win that race. She sends the front of the net to Padronas. Oh! One-timer, and the Midisle goalie out to the top of the blue paint. Makes that save. Really nice burst of speed there by Ev Bork, and smart play by Alexis Padronas. She flipped that high and let Bork skate into that one. The Ferrand line comes back out here. That's Alexa, Elise, and Kate Nelson. Atkinson and Boyard in the blue line. Face off to the left of the Midisle goalie. Face off won by Alexa. Stolen away there by Midisle. Now Bourgeois comes up with it. Battle in the corner. Nice job by Elise. She steps out of the corner. She turns and shoots off the side of the net. Bourgeois has it again. Here comes Bourgeois. Lots of traffic in front. Bourgeois sends that back to Boyard. Boyard fires it through. That's off a set of skates, and the Midisle matrix come the other way. Atkinson steps up. Cuts off her man, but she's knocked over. Nice job by Nelson on the back check there to intercept that play. Puck goes to Boyard. Boyard spins away from the forechecker. Oh, gives it away. Uh-oh, this is not good. Puck is bouncing in front of our net. Midisle in a battle behind our net. Ferron was there. Ferron gets it around the rink to Nelson. Nelson sends it in the middle to Bourgeois. Bourgeois got Nelson with her. Here they go. 3-on-2. Ferron's there too. There goes Bourgeois. Shoots. Glove save. Wide. Front of the net to Ferron. Nice play by Nelson to Ferron. Ferron took a whack at it, but the Midisle D were all over her. Couldn't get a lot on that shot. And their goalie's going to cover that up here with 9:40 to go in the first period. Kavanaugh, Harriman, and McLaughlin back out here now with Lacasse and Emily Bernard. Draw one by Harriman, back to Bernard. Bernard shoots it, broken up in front by Midisle. Here they come. Midisle gets the center. They chip that around Bernard. Lacasse is there to scoop that up. She sends it back up the wall. That gets to Chloe McLaughlin. McLaughlin smartly chips that around the forechecker. Couldn't quite get that across to Kavanaugh. Bernard now. She's going to go D-to-D to Lacasse. Lacasse goes rink wide looking for Harriman. That hits a stick and goes up high in the air. Everyone loses track of it. You got Bernard again. Bernard now. She sends it rink wide to Kavanaugh. Nice job. Broken up there by the Midisle D. Kavanaugh chips it towards the offensive zone. Midisle D is there to recover on the forecheck by Harriman. Almost picked off there by McLaughlin. Bernard sends that back into the zone. Got to get her forecheck going. Here goes Madison Kavanaugh, the head of steam. She's putting some pressure on here. Harriman's there to support. They take it away from the Midisle D into a set of shin pads. It's still loose. A little bit of a scramble there in front. Midisle works it out the right-hand side. Here they come. Poked away from the Midisle right winger. Lara Walsh over the boards. Almost had it broken up at the blue line. Midisle continues to have it, though. They work it back. Shot from the blue line. That bounces wide of the net. Pro saw that all the way. Oh, wow. Nice play there by Anna Lacasse to stop the Midisle player from coming in short side from behind the net. There goes Alexis Padrones. She's in a battle inside the line. Puck gets to the Midisle D. They go rink wide to the right winger again. Midisle doing a nice job using the whole ice here. Midisle tries to go rink wide one more time. That puck's broken up by Bork. Now by Sophie Knight. Taken back by Midisle. 3 Fury players there. Shot on net. Puck gets a nice save by Perot and bounces a little bit away from her, but we're able to recover. There goes Ev Landry. Landry sends it up the middle to Padrones. Padrones chips that towards the middle. Now Ev Bork gives chase. Midisle regroups, sends it up the other way. Here comes Midisle into our zone. Midisle under some pressure. Lara Walsh is there. Shot from the blue line. Nice save by Perot. Not going to score an Eloise Perot from the blue line with no one in front very often, so it was a real nice job there of staying square to the shooter from long distance, and face-off will come back here to the left of Eloise. Alexa Ferran's out here for the draw. Sit there with Nelson and Bourgeois. Won by Ferran. Knight works it up the wall. Intercepted by Midisle. Midisle centers down there with the puck. Ferran goes in to battle with her. Landry now is there. Bourgeois. They work it out to the blue line. Bourgeois is out. She attempts to block it. Gets by her, but stopped in front by Landry. Nice job there. Broken up again by Ferran. Now to Knight. Watch this. Here goes Elise Bourgeois. She's got the puck. She's on a break. She's going to throw it out front. Oh, she's hauled down. No call. Nice job on the back check by Alexa Ferran to stop the Midisle player trying to exit the zone. Atkinson squirts the middle. She recovers it. Here she goes. Got to wait for one more to tag up as Bourgeois was offside. Ferran line goes for a change. There we go. Picked off by Madison Kavanaugh just inside the line. No. Gets away from her. Now back to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh's got Harriman with her. She goes wide. She's got a bit of time. She sends it in the front. Tipped by the... Oh, my goodness. Tipped by the Midisle D onto her own goalie. Harriman with the rebound. Can't put it home. Wouldn't be easy to miss an empty net from that close, but somehow we did. I would only say that about my own daughter. Wouldn't say that about someone else. Face-off will be left of the Midisle goal. Harriman, Kavanaugh, and McLaughlin. Draw one by Harriman, but intercepted by Midisle. Now recovered by Fury. Gets it to McLaughlin. McLaughlin and Harriman are there. McLaughlin shoots. Glove saved by the Midisle goalie. Puck is bouncing tonight a little bit. I'm not sure if the officials got those on ice for the regulation amount of time before the game. Good pressure, though, by this line. Face-off won by Midisle. Down in the corner, McLaughlin and Kavanaugh both there to give chase. Kavanaugh attempts to steal that puck. Midisle comes out with it. Now Harriman's there to break that up. Harriman does break it up. It gets the blue line held in there nicely by Sam Boyard, but eventually does squirt over the line into the neutral zone. Puck's back into the Midisle zone. They go rink wide. Gets to McLaughlin. McLaughlin with it. She spins back away from pressure. She's looking for an outlet. McLaughlin now. She's under some pressure. She gets it over the center ice. Poked off of her stick at center. Boyard's going to grab it. Sam, she moves it wide to Chloe. Chloe sends it into the corner. Harriman and Kavanaugh are going to give chase. Harriman's there. Midisle player spins away from her behind the net. And here comes Lara Walsh from the forecheck. Broken up in the middle there by Kavanaugh. Harriman and Kavanaugh go for a change. Puck's back in the corner. Midisle grabs it. Midisle D comes up the ice. She works her way left. Ooh! McCarville sends Anna Cass flying. It looks like that's going to be a penalty. 2 for body contact. Not often you get a penalty for body contact while you are carrying the puck, but the Midisle player did manage to do it, so we are going to go to the power play. 5:27 to go here in the first period. Nice job by Lacasse to stand her ground there and draw that penalty. We have Lacasse and Bernard on the blue line in this power play to start. And then we have Bork, Pedonez, and Walsh out there. Pretty good back and forth game here so far. Midisle has given up 45 goals this year against 48 for them. So even though they are winning an awful lot of hockey games, it looks like they're giving up a few goals as well. So hopefully we can find a way to score 3 or 4 here tonight. Face off won by Pedronas. She gets it to Bork. Poked away from her. Midisle sends it all the way down the ice. Fury are going to have to regroup. Perot's going to set that up behind her own net. She pushes that out front to Lacasse. Lacasse steps around the net, spins away from the forechecker. Lacasse under some pressure here. She's going to send that up the wall nicely to Alexis Pedronas. Pedronas finds Walsh at the blue line. Walsh cuts the middle nicely. She's got a bit of space. Here she goes. Shoots. Oh. Here it is. Rebound. Another rebound. Oh. Lara did a nice job. Cut back to the middle. The puck rolled on her a little bit. And then the Midisle back checker is able to put a stick on it to keep her from getting all she wanted on that shot, but had a good chance and then a good chance at a rebound. And it remains 0-0 thanks to the good work in net by the Midisle goalie. Ferrand, Bourgeois, and Nelson out here now with Laundry and Knight. Draw one by Midisle. Down into the corner. Midisle sends it towards the blue line. That's going to be held in by Laundry. Laundry now. She shoots in front. Just wide. Nelson's in the corner. She's going to retrieve it. She sends it back to the middle. Just out the reach of Bourgeois, but she gets it anyways. She grabs it, steps in. She goes to shoot. Good stick there by the Midisle D to break that up. Midisle D gets it up to the hash mark. Knight's going to pinch down. Nice job by Knight. Good stick to hold that in. Midisle in the second attempt gets it out. It goes to Laundry. Laundry goes rink wide to Bourgeois. Bourgeois, here we go. She's got 2 people with her. She beats the first player. Bourgeois is all alone. Poked away by her, on her by the back checker, and here comes Midisle the other way. Midisle chips it down in the corner. Nelson's going to be the first player back for the Fury. She grabs that puck. Nelson's in a battle. She retains control. She gets it to the middle to Ferrand. They chip that to center. Broken up by Nelson. Nelson goes back. Ferrand chips it to the wall. Midisle back down the ice, and we should be almost back to even strength. 20 seconds to go here. 25 seconds to go in the Fury power play. Laundry gets it to the wall. That's McLaughlin with it. McLaughlin, she's in a battle down low, needs a bit of help. Kavanaugh's going to come down now and pick it up on the other side. She's under some pressure in the forecheck. Puck goes behind the net to Eve Laundry. Laundry's got a couple options here. She's got McLaughlin way up ice. Nice play to McLaughlin. McLaughlin grabs it. Oh, that puck bounces through everyone's skates. Now taken back by McLaughlin. Midisle sends that down the ice. We're back to even strength. One of the things the coaching staff were chatting about post-game this morning is that we've never worked on a power play this year. And one of the things in particular that would benefit the girls is figuring out how to break out on the power play, because the other teams have been doing a good job of keeping us from getting out of our own zone. So not that they haven't done well with it once they get it in the zone. It's just one of those things we haven't worked on yet. Kavanaugh with a shot now from behind the net. That's going to get covered up. 3:10 to go here. So Boyard and Atkinson on the blue line. Kavanaugh, McLaughlin, Harriman up front. Draw one by Harriman. She contains the puck. She gets it back to Atkinson. Shot by Atkinson. Ooh, nice shot by Claire. Gloved in front by the Midisle goalie. 3:04. Those shots, and nice to see our forwards using our D, but now the next step on that journey is to get some front of net to create some traffic and bang in some rebounds. Draw one. The next step on that journey is to get some front of net to create some traffic and bang in some rebounds. Draw one again by Atkinson, goes down low. McLaughlin's going to get that by the Midisle D again. So pretty good offensive zone pressure once we got there. 3 face-offs, 3 shots on net. Let's see if we can get a goal here at the Padrones line. Alexa net. Walsh is there, put some pressure on. Midisle D skates up the wall, has a head of steam, gets to center ice. Broken up there by Emily Bernard. She pushes Bernard, now goes to the blue line. They ship it all the way up to center. Padrones goes back to Bernard. Bernard off the wall, just out of the reach of Lara Walsh. Nice idea. That play. Lara Walsh comes out with it. She's in a battle just inside our blue line. Midisle. 3 of them. They she goes. All fans on it. In a battle here now. Padrones. Midisle comes to the puck. Bernard. Good pick there by Emily Bernard. Steps away from the first forechecker. Right in the second forechecker. She wants to go. She chips it into the offensive zone to herself, gets it back. She's all the way behind the net. Puck there. Nice job by the zone for the is there to help. Now, Padrones comes out with it. Sends it right to the front of the Midisle goalie. Steers that aside. Midisle sends it up the ice. Forechecker is there. Nice job by Midisle. She gets knocked. That was the Midisle F2 as she entered the zone. They can retain control. They send it up to the blue line. There. Puck gets not out. Back now. Find her own net. She's looking at the pressure. Oh. Midisle steals the puck. They now Bourgeois. She towards the middle, but not out. Now Alexa Ferrand's going to make sure it gets out. Ferrand, puck is bouncing. That bouncing puck. Ferrand goes back to Landry. Shift here. Midisle comes in. Knocked away from her. She's knocked over. Front. Nice job there by Sophie Knight to stop a goal. Puck gets back to the Midisle blue line. They shoot from away out high. That's behind the Fury net. Is there. Laundry sends it out towards Bourgeois. We're going to have to clear the zone. So, L. 0-1 here. Overall period by the Fury. Skated pretty well overall. Moved the puck pretty well. Had a few good chances in front of the net. And Eloise Perot's been really called on, and the Midisle goal is. So let's see what we can do here to summon a bit of energy in this second period. Continue to discover the right pair to find any teams that are significantly better than us, and we've yet to find any teams that are significantly worse. So every game is a real battle, and you know, as Coach Mack would say, you got to win face-offs, battles, and that will be the truth here tonight as well. It's 2 teams, so and whoever gets the puck will most likely come out on top of this one. Season this year, if you look at the standings, we only have 4 returnees. The Fury through 15 league games are 5-6-4. So a win tonight would even our record at 500, and we've been in every game for the most part. So it's been the year for a group of girls for the most part as their first play hockey. So Fury going to work They get the long change here in the second period. Harriman line. The Fury. Perot still in the nets. Referee waiting for something. The drop. That's Harriman. Boyard over to Ackman. Gets Laughlin. Her back to their zone. Boyard now. She's in behind the Fury net. She attempts to stop up. Has Midisle player steps. No luck there. Now puck's fed in front. Intercepted by Madison Kavanaugh. She's coming up ice here. 1-on-4. McLaughlin and Harriman not too far behind. Red line. Harriman's there to cover for her. Puck goes rink wide. Going to take a step over center. They throw it towards the middle. That's a couple of skates into the field. Now Atkinson with it. Sends it up the wall. Picked off by Midisle. Midisle player steps in front of that. Shoots. Great save by Eloise Perot. So, hopefully you find a way to go a little more jump here. I find on that last shift we spent a little bit of time watching the other team instead of skating. Line of Padronas, Walsh, and Bork out here now. Draw won by Padronas. Walsh steps in. She grabs that puck. Up the ice towards Bork. Bork now. Bork wins that race. She gets there. She has it. She gets knocked down. Puck still there with her. Midisle player comes away with it. That's stolen by Padronas. Padronas now sends it to the front of the net. Just out of the reach of Lara Walsh. Walsh on the back check now. She'll break up that attempted breakout. Midisle player chips that off the wall. She's intercepted by Padronas and Lacasse. Puck gets to the middle. Here comes Ev Bork. Bork grabs that puck. She circles back away from pressure towards Alexis Padronas. Gets it to her. Padronas chips that into the corner. She's going to win the race to it. So she has the puck. Walsh is in front. Padronas sends it. Here we go. Oh! She sent that puck and it was just out of the reach of both of her line mates. Midisle player attempts to get by Lacasse. Nice stick there by Anna Lacasse to break up that play. Little battle here right in front of the Fury bench. Padronas is there with Lacasse. Puck squirts to the middle. Midisle comes away with it. Lara Walsh is there to break up that interception by the Midisle player. Here goes Padronas. She comes back the other way. She's got Bork in front. Tries to get it to her off a skate. Sends it a second time. Rebounds there. Goalie covers it before Ev Bork can knock that in the net. 12:56 to go here, second period. Good effort there by the girls. Lots of forechecking, lots of good second effort. That was a good shift. Alexa Ferrand will come out here now with Kate Nelson and Elise Bourgeois, Sophie Knight, and Eve Landry. Face-off won by Ferrand. She pushes it towards the net. Midisle D grab it. Now Ferrand grabs it back. She's in a battle behind the net. That's picked up there by Bourgeois. Bourgeois knocked to the ground. Midisle comes the other way. Stopped up nicely by Sophie Knight just outside the blue line. Midisle goes D to D. Bourgeois there. Midisle goes back the other way, rink wide. Sophie Knight's there. She chips it off the wall. Sends it off the wall. Came back to her. She sent it back into the zone a second time. Midisle now goes rink wide. And their way to the races into our zone here. Landry steps up to shut that down. Nice job there by Eve Landry. Landry and Bourgeois are there. Puck is bouncing. Midisle comes away with it. Out in front. Knight is there. Knight puts a stick on it. Nice job by Sophie Knight. Here we go. Oh, almost had a break. Now we got a break. 2-on-1. 2-on-1. Ferrand's there. She's got Bourgeois. Nice pass to Bourgeois. Breakaway. She attempts to go back door to Ferrand. Puck's there now. Landry. Landry's going to shoot this puck. She shoots it. Tipped in front. Just wide. Ferrand sends it. Here she goes. She still got it. She didn't send it. She turns, spins, shoots. Ooh. Nice attempt there by Alexa Ferrand. Midisle attempts to break into the zone. Sophie Knight pinches down to hold the line. Puck is there. Bourgeois is there with it now. Bourgeois is going to step away with it. She's going to step to the middle, around her player to the middle. Here's Bourgeois. Bourgeois has got a little bit of space. Shoots. Rebound. Oh my goodness. Kate Nelson. 2 whacks at it. Puck doesn't go in. A bit of a quick whistle as the goalie hadn't covered it there. Puck was in front of her pads in the crease. Referee wasn't taking any chances and blew the whistle. 11:24 to go, second period. Bit of a referee consultation here. Looks like the girls are trying to argue that went in the net. I don't think it did. Really nice effort there by Elise, Alexa, and Kate. Kate had a couple good chances there to score. Almost did. Nelson had a game-tying goal against Fredericton last Sunday in a very similar play. And almost lit the lamp here again tonight. I don't know. Looks like they're having a debate about it here. Referees, yeah, I don't think it was in, but they're looks like they're debating it. So, three young officials doing a pretty good job here tonight. You can see the junior official symbol. The girls are wearing the green armbands, which is I believe, a Hockey Canada initiative to make sure coaches and parents in the stands recognize that these people are officiating our young kids and not to be yelling at them or treating them with anything but respect. So Harriman's going to step into the face-off circle. The referee appears to be trying to explain something. Midisle coach not happy. Harriman steps into the face-off. There's a draw there. Squirts into the corner. Off of Kavanagh shin pad. She comes out with it. Sends it up front to Harriman. Harriman shoots. Oh, broken up in front by the Midisle goalie. Midisle, Madison Kavanagh's on the back check along with Harriman. They both put a bunch of pressure on and take the puck away from the Midisle player. They have to tag up as that was going to be offside. Atkinson with it now. She's under some pressure. Spins away from that. Steps out from behind the net. Shoots it. Attempted to get that to McLaughlin. Now it's going to come wide to McLaughlin. McLaughlin's got that. She's going to chip it off the boards. Down into the Midisle zone. Kavanaugh's right there in the forecheck. Nice job by Kavanagh. Boyard's there. Harriman's there to help. Puck squirts back into our zone. Now Atkinson's going to regroup with it. Atkinson grabs that puck. I'm not sure what the call was. Two minutes for cross-checking against Emily Harriman. Coach McLaughlin is protesting that call almost as hard as her mom would if she was down there on the bench. I actually didn't see it, but that's her Cape Breton heritage coming out there, the 2 minutes for cross-checking. That'd be my wife's side of the family. So Padronas and Walsh will come out here to kill this with Bernard and Lacasse. Draw one by Midisle. They get the puck D to D and into the slot. Now back to the blue line. Shot in front. Off a skate. There's a bit of a scramble there. Puck is under the Midisle player. Puck is still there. Midisle comes away with it. They shoot it out into the slot. Uh-oh. Midisle with a shot. Scores. Point blank from the hash marks. It's through traffic. Not much to be done there by Perot. 1-0 for Midisle. 10:23 to go here. So, first goal of the game goes to Midisle, unfortunately. See if the Fury can bounce back like they did this morning's game or this afternoon's game and find a way to get the next goal. Ev Bork joins Padronas and Walsh right here on the ice now. Draw one by Padronas, goes to Walsh. Walsh goes to Lacasse. Lacasse sends that off the wall, up towards Padronas. Midisle grabs that puck. They work it up towards the blue line, out of everyone's reach. It's back into the Fury zone. Emily Bernard is going to pick that up. Bernard, she's going to turn it up ice. She does. She sends it up the wall towards Walsh, out of her reach. She manages to corral it and get it back, though. Walsh, under some pressure, gets it to Bernard. Bernard, under a lot of pressure from the forechecker, uses her body nicely, separate that player from the puck, skates away from them. Then she comes back up. No, she's knocked down to the wall. Knocked down to the ice, I should say. Puck works his way out to the blue line, but watch this. Ev Bork is going to win that race. She is gone. You are not catching Ev Bork. Here we go. Ev Bork shoots. Oh, what a save by the Midisle goalie. Blazing speed of Ev Bork. And almost scored. Nice play by Ev and nice save by the Midisle goalie. Midisle's going to come the other way. Their D player has a head of steam now. Works her way far and wide here, all the way in the far end. She has a shot on net. Eloise Perot says, not today. Not today. The face-off will be to the left of Perot. 9:17 left. Alexa Ferron's line is coming out. Sophie Knight and Neve Landry are coming out. Next goal is going to be important here for the Fury. Want to maintain a chance to win this game. Face-off won by Ferrand. She gets in the corner. Knight goes in for that. Nelson's there. Gets it to Ferrand. Ferrand chips it off the wall. She gets that to Bourgeois. Just behind her. She had to stop for it. She was caught up by the back checkers. Midisle's working for it. Bourgeois back to cover. She grabs it. Cuts to the front of the net. Ooh, here we go. There goes Bourgeois. She's all the way into the Midisle zone. Poked off of her stick. That's going to be offside. Nice play by Bourgeois there. It's one of those ones that the coaches love when it works, when you cut to the front of the net and go to the open space, which is what we're trying to teach the girls. But awful hard in the blood pressure in case it sometimes doesn't. Draw won by Midisle. Their center shoots off the face-off. Has the puck. She's into the slot. Oh, nice stick there by Eve Landry to poke the puck away from her. Puck's going to bounce around the Midisle player. Bourgeois in a race now. She's going to win that race. She gets there. She's attempting to get to the front of the net. Nice job by the Midisle D on Bourgeois to keep her to the outside. Bourgeois now still battling for the puck. She's knocked to the ground. Midisle comes the other way, broken up by Landry. Midisle continues down the right-hand side. She's attempting to get to the front of the net. Stopped up there by Landry and then Perreault. Landry feeds that puck out to Nelson. Nelson goes rink wide towards Madison Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh's got the puck. Girls are going for a change, so she's all alone. Puck squirts through 6 Fury skates. Doesn't touch any, so no penalty. Midisle's up the right-hand side. Harriman's giving chase. Landry pokes that away from Midisle, but back to the high player who shoots from the blue line. Puck goes off the wall now towards Kavanaugh. Was into her skates. Harriman's there to help. Puck's still there. Shot wide of the Fury net. Here comes Chloe McLaughlin. Chloe McLaughlin chips that up towards the middle. Midisle D holds it in, gets a shot, blocked in front by Sophie Knight. Knight now, she steps away with it. She gets it to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh chips that in the zone. Harriman's going to race for that one. She's almost going to get there. Midisle player does get it. Harriman chases her down behind the net. She sends it up the wall, out of the reach of the Midisle player, and Atkinson comes all the way to center. Atkinson back into our zone. Shoots that off the wall. She gets it to Chloe McLaughlin. McLaughlin with it now. Puck's knocked away from her. Midisle's going to come the other way. Here comes the Midisle player. She tries to go wide on Claire Atkinson. Atkinson sends her for a ride. No penalty. Here comes Atkinson with it now. She has a bit of time and space, and she's got Bork with her. She chips it around the Midisle player, who recovers nicely. Gets the puck. There's a battle at center. Harriman's there to help. She knocks it away. Atkinson's there. Here goes Ed Bork. Bork on the forecheck, forces the play. Midisle sends it all the way down the ice. Boyard recovers for the Fury. She's round behind her own net, sends it up the left wing side. Nobody home. 3 Midisle players. Now Padronas comes off the bench. She grabs it, and here we go. We got a 3-on-1. Padronas, Walsh, and Bork poked away by the Midisle D before we could do anything with that one. Here we go again. Now Alexis has it. She sends it. Oh, she attempts to send it across to Bork off another skate. Midisle D doing a real nice job of breaking up these odd player rushes. Puck comes up the half wall. Walsh is there. It's out of her reach. Emily Bernard knocks it back to center to Walsh. Walsh sends it to Padronas. She's tied up at center. Midisle sends it right down on Eloise Perreault. Perreault sets that up there for Emily Bernard. Bernard gets it up to Walsh. Walsh sends it towards Padronas. Broken up by Midisle. Midisle D doing a real nice job of standing up at their own blue line here. Midisle player on the wall, under pressure from Lara Walsh. Puck is there, bounces away from everybody to a Midisle player, and they come back on the offense. Here comes Midisle on 3. They still have the puck, and we're going to get 2 for tripping. So Midisle is going to go back to the power play here at 5:29 to go. I believe that's going to be Bernard going for tripping. The referees don't seem to know who to put in the penalty box. 2 or 3 Fury in on that gang tackle, and they haven't quite decided who, if anyone, is getting a penalty. Referee looking at the players saying, all right, who did it? Players are looking at her like, wasn't me. Well, so I'm not sure. That was signaled as a penalty, unless it was... it wasn't offside because the faceoff is staying in our zone. Referee's going to have another conference here. Referee is now taking Ev Bork to the penalty box. I don't believe Bork was even on the ice. You got to have a pretty long stick to take a tripping penalty from the bench. So, Fury are going to be shorthanded after meeting of the minds there. Alexa Ferron is going to take the face off. We got one too many players on the ice though. We're 5 on 5. We need one. So Nelson, Ferron, Laundrie, and Knight now set to kill this penalty. Puck back to the mid-aisle blue line. Shot wide. Picked up in the corner by mid-aisle. They work it back to the blue line. Ferron's there to put some pressure on the blue line. Shot wide again. Mid-aisle players on the backside. Grabs that puck. Works it up to the blue line. Mid-aisle from the blue line for a third time. Tipped in front. Nice save by Perreault. Midisle sends it back in front. Broken up by Ferron. Midisle. Players on the half wall there trying to work it to the D. Does. Shot in front. Blocked by Knight. Broken up again by Laundrie. Laundrie's got it now. She's going to step out of the zone. No, she's not. Intercepted by Midisle, but Sophie Knight was there to knock it back over center. Ferron's there now. Now Knight's got it again. Knight. This time she'll send it all the way down the ice. Kate Nelson's in a foot race for that puck. Here goes Nelson. She gets there first. Two Midisle players in there trying to take the puck from Nelson. No luck just yet. 1 minute and 10 seconds left in this power play for Midisle. Ferron's there to help. Puck gets back to Knight at the blue line. Knight shoots it just wide of the net. Ferron and Nelson are both there. Puck comes all the way down the ice. That gets to Eve Laundrie just outside her blue line. She spins away from the Midisle player who has to tag up as they're offside. There you go. Nice job by Kavanaugh to intercept them there. Midisle gets onside, steps in. Co-drag, gets the slot, shot just wide of the net. 41 seconds to go here in the penalty kill. Here goes Elise Bourgeois. Knight has the puck now. She's going to get that puck to the line, not quite out. Midisle turns back with it again. Midisle shoots, tipped in front, just wide now. Puck is up the wall. Bourgeois, she attempts to get it out, does not. Madison Kavanaugh falls down, pulls herself back into the play with her stick, and no call there as the Midisle coach is protesting pretty loudly that that was hooking, and in all fairness it was. Midisle now at center ice, 8 seconds to go in their power play. They get to the blue line, they step over one-on-one against Sophie Knight. Knight does a nice job to keep her to the outside. Puck squirts out front. Midisle players shovels it home. 2-0, and that was not a power play goal. Power play had just expired as Midisle shoveled that in the net. Critical in front of the net that you tie up other team's sticks. We were outnumbering the Midisle player on that shot, and no one tied up her stick, and she banged it in the net. So we got a little bit of a hill to climb here, but we have a full period plus 3 minutes and 26 seconds to go. We're going to have Harriman, Bork, and McLaughlin out here now. Draw one by Harriman. Puck goes to McLaughlin. Squirts away from her. Gets back into the Fury zone. Harriman's there for it now. Harriman sends that puck up the wall to Bork. Bork's in a bit of a battle there on the wall. She's got Harriman coming up with her. Midisle steals that puck and takes a penalty in the process. Steve McLaughlin doing his best impersonation of Touchdown Jesus with that one as he threw his arms up, and referee saw that one. Captain of the Midisle Matrix is going to sit for 2 or hopefully less. Face-off will be in the Midisle zone to the right of their left of their goalie. We're going to have Harriman, Bork, and McLaughlin are going to stay along with Atkinson and Boyard. Big opportunity here for the Fury. If we can get a goal, might change the momentum here in this game a little bit. Face-off won by Harriman, back to Atkinson. Atkinson, she rips it on the net. Rebound is there. Harriman shoots the rebound and gets it cross ice to Bork. Bork's in a battle for it. Bork and Harriman are there now. Bork comes out with it. Oh, shoots just high and wide. Now McLaughlin in the corner. She's in a battle for it. Atkinson's going to hold that puck in and get it to Harriman. Here we go. Harriman's going to step in the middle. She's going to shoot. Nice shot, nice save. So 2:45 to go here. Fury going to send some fresh troops out on the ice. Good forecheck, good pressure there. Not much to show for it yet, but it was a good effort. Lacasse, Bernard, Bourgeois, Padrones, Walsh. Gets to Bourgeois. She steps towards the net. She's still got it. She's on the back side of it. She's around the top of the circle here. She sends it. Tip, scores! Question is, did Bourgeois score that or did Lara Walsh tip it? I'm not sure. Walsh was doing a nice job on the screen out front. They're having a little chat. No, Bourgeois says it was Walsh. Let's see who they give it to. They're being great teammates. They're talking it through. Well, we'll see how they award that goal, but great effort by Elise. Work her way around the corner. Nice face-off win by Alexis, and a good job by Lara in front of the net. 2-1. Got ourselves a hockey game here. Draw one by Padrones, picked up by Bernard. Bernard chips it off the wall. That's intercepted there by the Midisle D. They send it back up. So, Lara Walsh showing some great hand-eye coordination, gets the goal there. Assisted by number 18, Elise Bourgeois. Pucks up the wall here, intercepted by mid-aisle. They work it high into the zone. Nice job by Alexis Padrones just to get a stick on that. Lara Walsh sends it to the middle. Padrones is going to get there. It's off of her stick, gone the other way. She fights back. Puck gets to Anna Lacache. She goes rink wide to Walsh. Nice play there, but just out of her reach. Now Bernard grabs it. Bernard steps in. She fires it deep in the zone. Bork's going to get in there in the forecheck on one side, and Walsh is coming down the other. Puck comes up the wall towards the mid-aisle winger. Bernard's there to hold it. Padrones follows up. She sends it back in deep. Midisle sends it up a second time. Intercepted again by Padrones. Fury had to tag up. Fury going to go for some fresh legs here. 1:26 to go, second period. Midisle attempting to break it out right up the middle. Bourgeois there. She breaks that up for them. Puck comes up the middle now. That's Lacasse. Lacasse got it to Bourgeois. Stolen from her. Back in. Steered into the corner by Perrault. Bernard's there. Bernard, she bodies her player. Makes some room for Alexa Ferrand. Here comes Ferrand. Ferrand, she's body checked off the puck. Puck squirts to a middle player in the slot. Good stick work there by Lacasse. Ferrand's in a battle in the corner now. This Midisle team is big physically, and they're not easy to take the puck from. Here comes Elise Bourgeois. She's in a real battle. Looked like a game of tackle football there for a minute. Midisle comes up with it. They send it down and behind the Fury net. Lacasse is back there. 40 seconds left in the second period. Lacasse now. She's looking for an outlet. Nice play to Alexa Ferrand. Ferrand chips it to the wall to Nelson. Nelson gives it back. There goes Madison Cavanaugh down the wall. Nice job by Cavanaugh to win the race. She spins away from her player. She steps to the front of the net. She's got the puck. She shoots. Nice backhand by Cavanaugh, and the goalie out near the top of the blue paint shuts it down. 23 seconds to go. Nice team effort there. Elise Bourgeois won a tough battle inside her zone to get the puck up ice. Madison won a foot race to the corner to retrieve that puck. It results in an offensive zone face-off to the left side of the Midisle Matrix goalie. Puck's in the corner. It's out front. Nope. Covered up by the Midisle goalie quickly. Only 4 seconds come off the clock on that one. Harriman's going to step in. That draw won by Midisle. Cavanaugh's right there first, though. She's in a battle. Now McLaughlin with it. She's got Harriman in front. She spins away. She spins away. She steps to the front of the net. She spins again. Harriman goes to help. Now McLaughlin's got it. McLaughlin sends it in front. Out of time. After 2 periods, 2-1 for the Midisle Matrix against our U13AAA Fury. Eloise Perrault doing a great job for us there. She's standing tall. A couple of goals that definitely would not be her responsibility. Just some nice plays by Midisle. And girls are playing pretty good overall. So for an 8:45 start at night and a U13 game in this age group, I think both teams are playing pretty well. And certainly this main ice surface in the main stadium part of the Credit Union Arena is a big surface for young legs to be trying to get up and down the ice here for 3 straight stop periods. So it's going to be a little bit of a test of will here, I think, in the third period. Last time we played Midisle was in the first interlock weekend. We lost to them 4-1, but we did have 2 goals scored in our own net. and their goalie did play extremely well. I believe we outshot them. So once again, we're proving to be two well-matched teams, and right now slight edge going to mid-aisle based on one extra power play. Landry in the blue line, Perot in the nets, Harriman, Kavanaugh, and McLaughlin here at center ice. Mid-aisle's big physical team. Skate pretty well. They move the puck well. You can see why they are have the record they do have in this season so far. Face-off won by Harriman, picked up by Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh spins away from her player. Here we go, over center into the blue line. Poked away from her by the mid-aisle D. They get the puck only as far as center. Evlandry goes over to Knight. Knight works it up to McLaughlin. McLaughlin sends it towards Harriman. Just off of her skates. Mid-aisle grabs it and sends it down the ice. Landry's going to go retrieve it there. She's under some pressure. 2 forecheckers from mid-aisle. She's going to work that up to McLaughlin. Just out of her reach. Knight now. Knight sends it out. Held up the blue line. Mid-aisle player follows. We're 3-on-1. Here we go. McLaughlin. Kavanaugh. Harriman. 3-on-1. McLaughlin with it. McLaughlin has the puck. Poked away from her there by the mid-aisle. And they are going to dodge a big bullet there. Harriman on the back check. She steals that puck. Now, bounces. Nice job by Sam Boyard to keep the mid-aisle player to the outside. Boyard now. She needs some help. Harriman's there to help her. Harriman comes away with it. Sends it back up the wall to Ev Bork. Here comes Bork. Bork chips it out of the zone. No, held in there by the mid-aisle D. Shot in wide of the Fury net. Atkinson's back there now. Atkinson's there. She steps around the first 2 mid-aisle players. Lara Walsh doing a nice job running a bit of a pick. Here comes Atkinson. Atkinson gets wide again. Goes to Walsh now. Walsh steps to the front of the net with the puck. Goes back to Atkinson. Atkinson shoots. Shot saved by the mid-aisle player. Rebound is there. Nobody from the Fury in striking distance on that one. Padrones now. She's inside the blue line. She manages to hang on to that. Cuts the front of the net. Shoots it. Rebound's going to be there. Ev Bork's got it. She sends it back in front. Now that goes to Padrones. Shoots again. Oh, just wide of the net. Boyard, nice job. Gets it down low to Bork. Mid-aisle D grabs that quickly. Steps around their net. They break it out right up the middle, but Padrones does not let them exit the zone. He's back to the other mid-aisle D. She goes rink wide. They're in a line change. Nobody home over there. Atkinson grabs it. She's being held up there by the mid-aisle forechecker. Mid-aisle forechecker had the puck stolen back by Padrones, stolen back by mid-aisle. They're spinning like a top there. The puck eventually squirts out to the mid-aisle D. Down in the corner, mid-aisle with it now. They attempt to step to the front of the net, and they do. Mid-aisle player cuts hard from behind the goal line. Steps out and puts that in the net. 3-1 mid-aisle, 12:43. We talked about mid-aisle being a big physical team. And there's an example of one of their forwards who admittedly not the most fleet-footed player we've seen in their roster tonight, but strong enough to step from behind the net to the front of the net and put it in the far corner. So the hill gets a little steeper here, but still lots of time. 12:43. Alexa Ferrand steps out at center with Bourgeois and Nelson. Referee drops that puck. Draw one by the Fury. That goes back to Bernard. Bernard finds Ferrand. Here we go. 3-on-2. Ferrand now. She's over the steps wide. She's got Nelson in front and Bourgeois from her mid-aisle forechecker. That's broken up behind the net. And there, Bourgeois sends her man flying. Mid-aisle D spins back. Bourgeois is there again. Bourgeois under some pressure. 3 mid-aisle players back there to help now. Mid-aisle D fancy bit of a chance. High and wide on the short side. Had an opening there. Just missed it. Bernard now. Puck squirts by here. It's out to center. Anna Lacasse is there. Lacasse. She's under a bit of pressure. She beats the first forechecker. Sends it up towards Kate Nelson. Nelson with it now. Puck just outside the Fury blue line. Lacasse is there. They continue to bang away at it. 2 mid-aisle plus 2 Fury. It's Lacasse. Ball. Up a little bit in the background. Ferrand. Lacasse. Puck gets to Nelson. As far as the blue line, but not out. Oh, there. Looks like a game of tabletop hockey from this angle. Can't see anyone's legs, just their upper bodies. And then banging away here in the boards. Puck finally comes off the wall. Here comes Richard for mid-aisle. She goes cross ice at her right winger. Mid-aisle recovers it. They step in all alone. But Midisle won the by Fury in all alone. And Elise Perot shuts the door. 11:02 to go here. Face off will be to the left, to the right of Perot. Kavanaugh and Harriman out here. Laundry. Right to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh. Here she goes. She gains the offensive blue line. She's going to spin back. She's got 3 Midisle players all over her. Puck squirts into the corner. Picked up by the Midisle D. Midisle player. Kavanaugh recovers. She's set back towards the Midisle zone. Now, puck's in there. Here goes on the Midisle sends right up the face at Evelyn Fury. She goes towards McLaughlin out of her reach. Puck goes here into the corner. Now, puck spins away from the floor. Off the wall to McLaughlin. McLaughlin, she chips it around. Now Kavanaugh's going to take that puck. Here goes Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh, she sends it nicely over to Ev Landry. Landry and Harriman gain the line. Landry is there. Has that broken up by her. She's knocked down. The Midisle player falls and then skates away. She cuts back in front of her own net. Sends it up the middle. Midisle's out of the zone. Landry steals. Harriman and McLaughlin change, so let's go by. Because they're 42 to go here now, third period. Padrones and Walsh on the wall. Puck is there. Padrones, Walsh chips. Puck gets caught up in the snow. No flood in the second. First period, that puck might have went all the way to their zone. Padrones, she's going to back in there in the forecheck. There goes Bork. Midisle player gets to it first. She shoots it up the wall. That's Laundry. Sends it back behind the net. Now Padrones is there. Padrones, she's knocked down by the Midisle player. Walsh comes in to help. Midisle grabs that puck into the corner. Walsh is going to be there to steal that off. Held in there nicely by Atkinson. Atkinson shoots. Blocked in front. Works in the puck. Midisle player is there to battle for the puck, but comes up with it. Towards here to Boyard. Boyard works it wide to Atkinson. Atkinson from the top of the circle shoots. Rebounds there. Tip. Puck's behind. Midisle net. Goalie's down. Midisle comes away with it, and they send it all the way down the ice. What that might be. And it is. They want to get the ice. Face off. Fury continuing to battle hard here, showing lots of signs of life, which is for Ronson. Share of chances tonight. Hopefully you can find another one in the net here. She gets that to Bourgeois. Bourgeois. Oh! Wow. Now puck towards the net. Bourgeois at the top of the crease. And forehand back to save. About as good a chance as you're going to get. So, to the right of the net now. Midisle's going to skate that out of the zone. Puck is chipped around Bernard, recovered by Lacasse. Now Bernard has it back. Bernard sends it up the middle. Broken up by zone. Nelson's back behind her own net to retrieve that puck. Here goes Nelson. She's the wall to the ball. Intercepted by the Midisle team. The big D from Lacasse is knocked down. She's knocked down. Ends the race. Gets it to Bourgeois. Yes, Bourgeois. She's going to spin. Oh. Midisle, 2-on-1. Nice job by Bernard to tie up the stick of the player from Midisle. Oh. Hanging on the far blue line. Here goes Laundry. Now, Midisle's coming 3-on-2. Well, line change. Steps in and breaks to McLaughlin. McLaughlin chips it to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh, she is rubbed into the boards. Harriman gets there. She sends it out of play. 7:04 to go. Face off, battle here. Kicked out to the side, recovered by Midisle. Nice stick. Puck's in behind the Fury net. Knight, she's going to get some help from Kavanaugh. Harriman keeping watch there as well. Out of the reach, McLaughlin in the middle. Midisle has to protect the offside. To the zone. Kavanaugh's there to help too. Puck to the blue line, not out. Now Knight. Knight sends it up the wall. That bounces by McLaughlin. There's a bouncing puck. Puck works out to the blue line again. Midisle D toe drags, shoots off of the face to Sophie Knight. Midisle player attempts to step out. Stopped up nicely there by Landry. Landry's going to come in behind the net and take that puck. Nope. Poked away by Midisle. Now Harriman's going to try to take the puck for the Fury. Puck gets pushed in the other side of the corner. McLaughlin's there. Knight's there. Knight's going to give chase. She chips it. Midisle player is there to stop that momentum. 5:55 to go. And you got McLaughlin in there working for the puck along with Knight. Harriman. Puck comes out to the blue line. Kavanaugh's there. Knight's there. Shot from the blue line. Covered up by Eloise Perreault. So 5:41 here to go, third period. Need to get that next goal and need to get it soon if we have any chance of stealing another tie here. Padrones on the face-off, won by the Midisle Matrix. Shot from the blue line, wide of the Fury net. Atkinson gives chase. She gets there. She chips it around the Midisle player. She's got Bork and Walsh with her. Here goes Atkinson over the red line. She's all the way to the blue line. She stops up, chips it down in the corner. Ev Bork's going to get there first. Bork now. Bork has her stick lifted. Midisle grabs that puck, sends it up the wall. Intercepted, though, by Padrones. Padrones is there. Bork is there. Midisle goes rink wide. Lara Walsh is there to try and break that up. There's a bit of a scramble in front. Walsh comes away with it now. Walsh kicks it skate to stick. She's in the corner. Puck is there. Walsh, Padrones do battle. Bork's there to help. And the referee's seen enough. 4:58 to go. Midisle player fell on the puck, so we'll have a face-off here to the left of the Midisle goalie. Coach Nelson's going to send out some fresh legs here. Alexa Ferrand, Kate Nelson, Elise Bourgeois, they've had a bunch of chances tonight. Hopefully you can find a way to put one in the net. This time, won by Ferrand. Intercepted off the win, but held in nicely there by Atkinson. Now Bourgeois in front of the net. Bourgeois, oh, does everything but score and then gets mugged on the way by. Puck comes to center ice. Midisle gains the zone. That's broken up there nicely by Boyard. Puck goes to Atkinson. Atkinson. Ferrand sends it. Ooh, trying to spring Elise Bourgeois, who's hanging at the far blue line. Need that goal. Ferrand, nice job on the forecheck. Gets that puck. There we go. Midisle's going to take a penalty. All right. Nice effort there by Elise, Alexa, and Kate. A lot of pressure on. Created some opportunities and drew a penalty. So Fury are being smart here, and they're hanging a forward at the far blue line as much as they can. Trying to spring somebody for a breakaway to get that much-needed second goal. Almost got there, but Bourgeois was pulled down, so we get the benefit of a power play now. Harriman on the face-off. That puck is won by Midisle. Kavanaugh gets there first. She gets to the McLaughlin, sends it out front. Oh, Harriman had a whack at it, but the Midisle player was there first. Puck's in front now. Bouncing around. McLaughlin, she puts some pressure on. Bernard sends that back in the zone. Picked up by the Midisle D. Midisle sends it to center. Intercepted by Lacasse. Here goes Anna Lacasse. Lacasse shoots just wide of the net. Midisle player comes out with a rebound. Oh, Midisle D shot that puck to clear. It went off Harriman's shoulder. Right back at the Midisle goalie, almost into the net. These young officials are doing a good job tonight, but they are certainly not hesitant to have a conference or to take their time in discussing the play. You know what? Great to see, because they're young and they're doing a good job here on a pretty physical game. Face-off, won by Harriman to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh steps to the front of the net. Ooh. Kavanaugh tried to go forehand, backhand, and slide it home and just slipped by the net. McLaughlin's there now with Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh steps in front. Kavanaugh sends it. Harriman, off the side of the net. Oh my. Lacasse shoots. It's in front again. Harriman this time. What a save by the Midisle goalie. She goes post to post to rob Harriman of that second goal. McLaughlin back with it now. McLaughlin. She sends it down low to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh out front. Harriman's there. Broken up again. Man, 3 for $1. Let's get one more. Midisle in a battle on the wall. And they do swing it out. 3:18 to go. Here goes Anna Lacasse. She sends it up the ice. Fury on for a change. Midisle smartly sends it all the way down here. 45 seconds to go in that power play. Midisle goalie with some unbelievable saves here in the first minute and 15 of this power play. Lara Walsh gets it to Padrones. Padrones chips it over to Bork. Bork now. Bork's going to go wide with it. Bork. Oh, Bork stops up. And Midisle is there to grab the puck and come the other way. Here goes Midisle. They shoot it in on net. Puck bounces. And Perot's going to be forced to cover that one up. 2:44 to go. 23 seconds left in the power play. Well, that's it. It doesn't get much closer to scoring than that without scoring. Midisle goalie standing tall. Padrones in the face-off here. Padrones draw one by Midisle, but Eve Landry's there to poke it out. Now Padrones comes around with it. She gets it over to Walsh. Walsh has got Bork on the right side. There goes Walsh. Back checker from the Midisle matrix comes back to steal that puck. Now Walsh grabs it again. Good support by Alexis Padrones to grab the puck. That's going to do it for the power play. And Eloise set that up there for Landry. Landry. Midisle steps in front. And Perot's able to shut the door. So we've got 2:14 to go in the third period, down 3-1. Girls have played well today. A couple of little mistakes here and there that ended up in the back of our net, and that hockey is a game of mistakes. And when you're playing strong teams like this Midisle team, unfortunately they can cost you dearly. Nice win there by Ferrand. Claire Atkinson, she attempts to step out, stolen by Midisle. Midisle grabs that puck, goes the front of the net, and Eloise Perot forced to make another save. Face-off will be to the left of Eloise Perot. Ferrand on the face-off. Draw one by Midisle. Shot on net, covered again by Perot. Fury are complaining that Midisle is jamming at our goalies after every whistle, and the referee's saying they are playing to the whistle. So that is, the referees here are known to let the girls play a little more than they do back in New Brunswick, and we're seeing that clearly tonight. This young official's done a good job, though, so can't say it hasn't been a well-called game for on now. She has Nelson up ice. Puck just bounced away from Nelson. No icing. Bourgeois now with it. Bourgeois. She's got Ferrand in front of the net. Puck is knocked away from her, back into center ice. 1:41 to go here. Midisle player wins the race for the puck. She's in all alone. Breakaway for Midisle. Scores. Face-offs, battles, and races. You got to win face-offs, battles, and races, and Midisle just won the battle and then won the race. Scored the goal. And good learning moment for our girls that no one's going to roll over and let you get those tying goals. And Midisle showing even with a 3-1 lead, they were hungry to score another one. So let's see what we can do here. Stranger things have happened, but minute and 33, we got a big hill to climb. Face-off won by Harriman, back to Bernard. Bernard, she fires that over the bench to Dom Lacasse. I'm not sure what Dom said to her between games to trigger that kind of reaction, but was almost dental work there by Hockey Puck. Face-off just outside the Fury line. Won by Harriman towards Kavanaugh. McLaughlin comes up with it. McLaughlin now, she chips it off the wall. Harriman's there. Nope, Midisle D wins that battle. Harriman now. Her and McLaughlin give chase. Puck goes off of a shin pad. Midisle sends it down low. Bernard's going to pick that up. 1:07 to go here. Bernard. She sends it up the ice through the middle. Kavanaugh and Harriman are going to chase that down. Midisle D is going to get there first. Midisle D circles behind her own net. Kavanaugh's there to force her back the other way. Forces her again. She cuts back in front of her own net. Kavanaugh there again. Midisle D finds the center for the breakout, and they're away. Nice job there by Lacasse. Stick on stick, no call. Puck's down low in our zone. Midisle attempts to feed it in front and does. Puck gets back to Midisle down below the goal line. McLaughlin now in the corner. She's got the puck. McLaughlin gets it to Madison Kavanaugh. It's a little bit behind her. Midisle steps up. Now back to McLaughlin. McLaughlin, Kavanaugh. McLaughlin with it again. McLaughlin tries to chip it in. Broken up there by the Midisle D. Midisle D grabbed that puck and sent it up through the middle. Here comes Midisle, 3-on-2. Right, splits the D into the middle. Rebound. Stopped up there by Eloise Perreault. And that'll do it. So, Fury run out of luck tonight. Fall 4-1 to a really good team here from the island, the Midisle Matrix. So we'll stay tuned for a minute or two to see who our player of the game was for your Fury. Fury back in action tomorrow morning at 8:30 here at Credit Union Place. I think the big one of the big differences today, as we look at those two teams, Midisle goalie stood in her head, and that's not a comment. I thought Eloise played great for us too. But Midisle goalie made 2 or 3 real big point-blank saves at some key times, and I think at the end of the day, the Midisle team just won more battles than we did. So great to play against good competition, great chance for us to learn and go home and get some beauty rest and come back here fired up, ready to go in the morning. Elise Bourgeois did have a great game tonight. She'll be the player of the game for your Fury. Number 30, the goalie from Midisle. Very well-deserved player of the game award for her as well. Those are brought to you by Source for Sports and Atlantic Hockey Group. Thanks for all of you for listening tonight. Look forward to having the chance to share our story again tomorrow morning, 8:30, here from the Credit Union Place in Summerside. Good night.